My name is Lindsay Woodson, and I am a senior at Blue Valley West High School. I entered the teacher education program at CAPS because I have always wanted to be a teacher. Next year, I plan on attending Kansas State University and majoring in elementary education. After this, I plan on becoming a kindergarten teacher. This is my philosophy of education, and my philosophy is that every student is unique and that every student needs to be treated that way. I believe it is important to teach to the different learning styles, and it is important to have an impact on all of your students. This is my resume, and like I said, my goal is to become an elementary school teacher, and I have babysat since I was in like 6th grade, and I have coached volleyball for kids ages 5th grade to freshman in high school. And I have worked at Kitty College, which is a daycare, and I love that. And then I'm also part of the Blue Valley West varsity softball team, and I have an academic letter and I have principal's honor roll. For my observations, I started at Pleasant Ridge Middle School with Mr. Hastings and Mr. Pickett, and they were 6th grade math teacher and a 7th grade social studies teacher. And for this observation, we were just observing, and I learned a lot about classroom management. However, this was not my favorite observation because of the age group. Um, After this, I went to a kindergarten class at Lakewood Elementary with Miss Emmons, and this was one of my favorite classes, and I was able to teach them. I taught them about giving thanks, and we made these little turkeys over here. And then for my next part of my last assignment that semester was with Mrs. Shuckman at Timber Creek Elementary, and I worked with the enrichment kids in 4th and 5th grade. And for 4th grade, I taught a lesson on archaeology. And then second semester, I was with Miss Emmons again in kindergarten, and I taught them a lesson on Dr. Seuss and Fox and Socks, and we worked on rhyming words, and we did a little book report. And then I taught addition, and I will explain that more later. And then my last observation, which I am currently still in, is my partnership at Sunset Ridge Elementary with Miss Gonzalez and Miss Berry, and they are 2nd and 1st grade teachers. And they're a lot of fun, and I enjoy this age group. But my favorite is kindergarten because I admire their desire to learn, and they're just really sweet. And now on to lesson plans. Um, at CAPS, we are required to teach a lesson to our classmates, and I did a preschool lesson, and they worked with Play-Doh. And I've taught 3 lessons in kindergarten. I taught this one on um, giving thanks, and if you click on the lesson plans, you can see the entire lesson plan written out. And then there's also a video next to it that you can play and watch some clips of me teaching. And I taught a lesson on archaeology with 4th grade enrichment, which was really fun, and they worked on classifying. They were all required to classify their little baggie, and they all did it differently, so they were able to learn about the different ways you can classify. And as you can see from the video, we all have our thinking caps on, which is really fun for them. And then these 2 lessons are in kindergarten. I made this little addition thing, and as you can see, you put in manipulatives into the cups, and then you can write on it, which they thought was really fun and exciting. And we also did a lesson on Dr. Seuss, which they enjoyed reading the book because it's very funny and has a lot of rhymes. And then I just recently taught a lesson to 2nd graders about writing poems, and they had to describe the earth. And then future lessons will also be posted on here. And my next one is going to be about the different states of matter and that is for my first grade class. And as you can see, all the lesson plans are written up, including resources that you'll need. And first semester, we did forums, which are different articles or field trips that we had to write about. And so one of my favorites was the Ron Clark. We learned about Ron Clark Academy and watched the movie, and I really admire Ron Clark because he doesn't discriminate against anyone, and he always has a positive attitude and has a great teaching style, and he just really wanted to affect the lives of his children, of his students. And um, we also would go on Edutecher to find different apps and websites that would be good for teaching. For my project first semester, we worked on this puppet theater, and we worked with some of the students in engineering to create this for our teacher so we could go around to schools and do puppet shows or use it for a lesson. And my project this semester was a STEM workshop that we did with the Manhattan School District, and we used the double robot to be able to communicate with them and the students there, which were fifth graders, and we used the double robot to be able to go around their classroom and so they could see us and we could see them. And this was a very fun experience, and we taught them about DNA. And for professional development, we had a strengths workshop, which helped tell me a lot about myself. And we also did different conferences where we presented. Um, For our second semester at CAPS, we were required to write blogs about our experiences that we had, and we had to do 2 a week. So some of my blogs are out here, and we would just write things that we noticed, things that we did. If we taught a lesson, we could write about how that went, or just write what we did. Like this one, the first graders flew kites, so I wrote about that because that was really fun. And then this page, I have some pictures. This is me doing the lesson with kindergarteners and them working on that, which they had a lot of fun with. And then we also have some of our field trips on here. This was to the Greenbush conference where we presented. That was a brain pop speaker. This was when we went to Pitt State for a conference, and we visited the Hilltop campus. And we visited Kansas University to learn about Teach Live, which was really fun. So yeah, thank you for listening.